Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Corin, also known as the Kitten Choreographer, and I'm a teen with a passion for makeup and kitten rescue. So today's video I'm super excited about because it is a review of Glam Shop. And Glam Shop, if you don't know, is a Polish indie brand that specializes in like sparkly shadows. Like, I don't know if they specialize in that, but it's kind of what they're known for. And some of these shadows are holographic. So you can see I bought 9, and the Glam Shop shadows are all the smaller circular pens. These are JD Glow and these are Cliona, but all of these guys are the Glam Shop shadows. And so I decided to try out 3 of their formulas. Oh, I should go ahead and tell you what this video is going to be about. So basically this video is going to be kind of review of the Glam Shop shadows, and it's also going to be just me doing some looks with them. So basically for these shadows I got 3 different formulas to try out. I got some of the Turbo Glow eyeshadows, I got some of the Marble eyeshadows, and then I believe I got some of the Ultra Pearls. I'm not really sure. Some of them, like the Holo ones, I know they're Holo. And then I know one of these is a Turbo Glow. One of them does not say what it is, and the other one says Turbo Glow. So I'm assuming the one that doesn't say what it is the Ultra Pearl. I'm not sure though. So they don't have repeating shade names though, so as I swatch them I'll be saying what shade names I got, and I'll list the ones I got in the description below too. So hopefully you can figure out which ones I had that way if you want to buy the same ones. You're probably gonna hear squeaks and thumps in the background. I'm sorry, that's my family upstairs. I don't have any other time to film this because I have to film another video later today. So let's go ahead and go in with some swatches. I am super excited. So the first shade I got is a Turbo Glow. It is this beautiful shade, and its Polish name is Zorza and its English name is Aurora. I'm not going to be able to pronounce all these Polish names, but I'm going to try my best for the ones. So here I'm swatching it for the first time. I'm so excited. Feels nice. Feels good. I don't know how to describe it. Here is it on my finger. Oh, and I forgot to say, I'm basically going to do 4 looks because I got 4 formulas, so I'm going to try one of each formula. Oh, I should have swatched it on my other finger because I swatched on my other arm. Change of plans. I was basically trying to do arm swatches, and the shadows just like my camera was not capturing them. So instead, I'm just going to do like hand swatches. So I already showed you up close Zorza. Absolutely stunning. This next one is Fatamorgana, which means Mirage. This one does feel a little different. It feels a little bit chunkier, a little bit flakier. I don't know if you can see on my finger, it is a lot chunkier. But it is absolutely stunning. Oh my god. These are going to be fighting with my Cliona shadows for my favorite shadows in my collection. Of course, I've just swatched them, so I don't know how they perform yet. Okay, next up, we have Bora Bora, which is one of the Ultra Pearls, I think. This is smoother than either of the 2 shadows I've tried so far. It feels more like a normal shimmer, but it's still really sparkly. It looked kind of sheer upon first swatch. Let me build it up a little bit. Yeah, this one, looking at it in the viewfinder, doesn't seem to be quite as sparkly as the Turbo Glow, but it's still really sparkly and really pretty. Let me wipe off my fingers and do the next ones. So the last one that's not a Holo shadow is Laser, and this one and Zorza were actually recommendations from a friend of mine, so we will see if they steered me in the right direction. I'm sure they did, because these feel absolutely beautiful so far. And this one is the same formula as Zorza, so oh, I forgot to show you my finger, but oh well. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. I need to hurry up. So because my hand's kind of full, I'm going to do the holographic ones on this side. So this is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but in English it is Sweet Holo. Sorry, I haven't been showing these in the pan very well. Oops. Bad reviewer here. It feels more along the lines, it's kind of chunkier, kind of flakier, like the Mirage eyeshadow. There is it on my finger, and swatch. Oh my goodness. That. My jaw has dropped. That is beautiful. I'm probably going to want to use kind of the holographic ones and the Mirage one with a glitter glue just because they're kind of chunkier, but I love using glitter glue, so it's fine. This is Holo Efekt. This one's surprisingly not quite as chunky as the first Holo. It's still chunkier than the Turbo Glows, but it's not quite as chunky. So there's that one on my fingers. Wow. We have 3 more to do. So this is Rose Gold Holo here. Yeah, this one's pretty chunky, flaky, which I don't mind, I'm just pointing it out. So this is Rose Gold. These are so pretty. Like, I cannot believe how pretty these are. This one is probably the one I'm most excited about. This is Fancy Holo, I think. Or it doesn't say. I want to say it's Fancy Holo, but it doesn't say on here. It just says like the Polish name. I really wanted Purple Holo, but it had a carmine in it, so I did not buy it. This one's nice and flaky. What a beauty. And last one, we have Blue Holo. I did not buy all of their Holos. I only bought 2 of the neutral ones. Well, Rose Gold Holo is pretty pink. But, well, I only bought 1 of the neutral ones. I would consider this a neutral because I'm not that into neutrals, and I heard that a lot of them kind of look the same. So here are the swatches. Oh my goodness. Okay, these are so stunning. I don't know what I want to use first. I have to try one of the Holo shadows. Let me wipe off my hands. I'm doing that right now, and then we will get into the first look. So while this portion of the video and this first look is a first impressions, by the end of the video, I will be able to have like a good solid review for you guys because I will have done several looks at that point. They're not really wanting to come off, so we're just gonna have glittery hands, which these are not pressed glitters, but they are like very shiny and have like tiny specks of glitter in them, but they're not like pressed glitters, if that makes any sense. So I've zoomed in a bit, and let's go ahead and start with the eyeshadow. I gotta grab some mattes first though. I think I'm wanting to use Fancy Holo. I just spent absolutely forever puzzling on what palette I want to use, and I think I'm gonna use the Pure X Raw Beauty Christie palette for the mattes. I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Oh, and I will be doing my bases off camera, but I will have all the base stuff linked in the description below. I have to pin back my hair. I just used the fingers that were still slightly dirty with glitter to blend out my eyeshadow primer, so there's a little bit of glitter on my eyes now, but it's fine. So the shade I want to use today is, I'm pretty sure this one's called Fancy Holo. It's not on the thing though. This is it. You can see it's kind of purpley pinky, so I think I'm gonna do kind of a tone reminiscent of that. So I'm gonna start with the shade Moo Point, which I know is kind of a neutral, but we'll add in a little bit of color in a minute. And I'm just gonna blend this through my crease. I think this will just be a nice base for this particular shade. And I'm not really gonna be focusing on the mattes. I know I like this palette. I'm gonna use palettes I know I like for the mattes. This video is all about the lid shades. I decided I really just wanted a soft lilac in the crease, so I'm gonna go into Glam Light Ice Cream Dream palette, and I'm gonna go into Honey Lavender with like a smaller blending brush. I'm gonna go into the shade Honey Lavender and just pop this in the crease too. This is a little more cool toned than I thought it would be, but it's fine. Now I'm going back into Moo Point and just blending that a little bit. Now I'm gonna go very lightly into Tribute, this purple. I don't want it to be too dark. I just want it to be a little purpley. I'm going in very lightly. This can be a pigmented shadow if you want it to be. I'm just going in lightly. And flipping, this is a double-sided brush, so I'm flipping the brush around and just blending. That kind of blended it away, so I'm just gonna build it up a little bit more. For review's sake, I'm gonna try without a glitter primer, but from the texture of the shadow, I do believe that it's gonna be better with a glitter primer. So if there's fallout, know that I'm predicting that and we'll use a glitter primer next time. I just want to see how it'll work without a glitter primer. So again, in case you forgot what the shade looked like, this is it. I'm gonna go in with my finger because that is my preferred way to put on shadows. This is completely stunning. Okay, this is everything I wanted it to be and more. I already know I'm in love with this. This is sheer and utter perfection. And just so you know, I did buy these shadows with my own money. I did pay the $25 shipping, which it was that high because this is from Poland and I am in the US. So it makes sense. It's not the brand's fault. The brand was very prompt in shipping out my order once I placed it. Let me try and scoot a little closer. You can see there is some glitter fallout, and I did predict that. So I'm just gonna use a glitter primer next time. It's still applied beautifully without a glitter primer, so you don't have to use one. Just know you might want to do your eyes first because there is a little bit of fallout. I don't think I want to do any sort of liner today, so I'm just gonna take some Garnier micellar water and a dirty paper towel. It's not that dirty. I use the same one until there's no more space. And I'm just cleaning up the edge, taking away the fallout. I've said many times, fallout does not bother me because I do my eyes first. And I do my eyes first because I'm super messy and get fallout on eyeshadows even that might not need fallout. I was very gentle with these though, so the fallout was because of the shadow. So this look is stunning. I'm in love. I'm gonna go do my face and pretty much everything, and then I'm gonna come back. Yeah, I've already said this, I think, but I'm gonna have all the products I used linked in the description if I can fit it. And if not, I'll do a pinned comment with all the stuff. Yeah, I'll see you back in just a second. Okay, I am back and my makeup is complete. So I'm gonna say what products I used just so I don't forget them in editing, because otherwise I'm gonna forget. So I used the NYX Marshmallow Primer, the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer, the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, the Flower Beauty Powder, the KVD Vegan Beauty Shade and Light Palette, the Jouer Cosmetics Champagne and Macaroon Sweet Cheeks Palette for bronzer and blush. And then I forgot highlight. I forgot to put on highlight. Let me just do that real quick. I'm using the Ofra Highlighter Start Inspired. I'm gonna use Pillow Talk, the Pillow Talk side. I'm not gonna put too much on. Oh, and setting spray. Goodness, I'm all over the place today. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Okay, and for lips, I blotted on the MAC Velvet Teddy. Don't support MAC, but I've had that lipstick forever and I'm trying to use it up. And then the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy, I think. I'm gonna do a close-up of this look and then I will see you in the next one. I love it. It's so pretty. It's stunning. It's stunning. So I'm gonna see you in the next look. Okay everyone, so it's time for the second look. It's the next day. I just wanted to point out I finally got my earrings switched out. I've had them pierced like 6 weeks ago and I finally was able to switch them out. Anyways, today we are going to be playing with, I think I've already decided what shade I was going to play with. And that is the shade Mirage, this really cool marbled one. For the mattes, I wanted to use a mixture of Moonspell from Lunar Beauty. Because it's kind of a turquoisey goldy shade, I wanted to use this one. And then I figured Beauty Bay if I wanted to pull in any more turquoise, because there's this shade too. Well, that's more of a teal, but it's okay. And I also wanted to pull in the black because I like dark smoky eyeshadow. So yes, I know I just used this on my channel, sorry about that, but I really wanted to use a black eyeshadow, and most of the blacks I have are actually from brands I don't support anymore, which is kind of weird because I love black eyeshadow, but I just don't have much from brands I support. So I gotta pin my hair back. Okay, Urban Decay Primer Potion. The first shade I want to go in with is Nancy. This one I pointed out from the Lunar Beauty Moonspell. I love this palette. And just gonna poke this through my crease. Oh, I need to zoom you guys in. Whoops. Good thing I remembered without going too far in. And I'm just kind of building this up, smudging it around. I'll blend in a minute, just wanting to lay the color down first. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hop over to the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. And there's this light tealy shade called Wish. This one. And I'm just gonna use that shade to blend. Now I'm just popping back into Nancy and deepening that crease a little bit. And bringing it down to the outer corner a bit. My color switch somehow got flipped upside down and all of the old eyeshadow particles that were wiped off just dumped onto my pants. It just looks like mud. Glittery mud. Anyway, I don't think I can use my color switch today. Okay, now I'm going to Hex the black shade. Just packing that on my outer corner and a little bit into my crease. Now going back into the brush I used Nancy with and just blending. This is going to be a nice dark look. If you don't like that, sorry, but I love dark looks. So that's what I'm doing. And now it's mostly just a game of going back and forth with the shadows I've put down just until it all looks blended and cohesive. Alright, now because there was fallout yesterday, I did want to see how these shadows performed on top of a glitter primer. I'm sure there will be a lot less fallout with the glitter primer. So I'm just taking some on a brush and kind of doing like a half cut crease with the glitter primer. Now for the star of the show, let's go into this Glam Shop shadow I showed earlier. Definitely very flaky, pretty chunky, pretty fragile in the pan. It's so fragile, I'm really surprised that this, oh, there are kittens moving my pillows in the background. I'm really surprised these didn't break because they honestly weren't packaged in a million layers of bubble wrap. I was pretty scared they were broken when I got them, but none of them were. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, yeah, there's definitely still fallout even with the glitter primer, but there is less. This is beautiful. This is stunning. So this is a pretty fragile shadow. I personally would never take a singles palette traveling. This is beautiful. I love it still. I don't think I'm as in love with it as the Holo just because the Holo is so magical. It's just amazing, but this is still really pretty. This definitely is a unique shade to my collection. This like, me just knocked into my light. This like dark goldy green. And I don't know if you remember seeing in the pan when I showed it, it was like a marbled look in the shadow, but of course it's not a marbled effect on the eyes because that's not possible. But it is like a stunning goldy green. That actually was really quick to apply. And I can't remember, did I do a winged liner yesterday? No, I didn't do liner, which means I can do eyeliner today. I'm going to, well, I'm going to clean up my eyeshadow first. Actually, I lied. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Colourpop liquid liner and just do a wing. Okay, there we go. Winged eyeliner on. And now I'm going to go away and do my base. And I will see you back when I'm done. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm just going to quickly run through the products that I use so I don't forget them. Use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation, the Urban Decay Velvetizer for my powder, the KVD Vegan Beauty Shade and Light Palette for contour, the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer for bronzer, the Moon Prism Blush Palette from Lunar Beauty. I used the shades Pink Moon and Spacey. I kind of mixed them together to make a shade that was good for me. I used the Kaleidos Space Age Prophecy highlighter. I used a cat hair on my lips apparently. CoverGirl Lash Exhibitionist mascara, e.l.f. brow pencil, Colourpop brow gel, oh, Milani concealer, and for my lips I'm gonna find what I actually used. I actually used the Colourpop Lippy Pencil in the shade Minuteman and the Fenty Beauty Cream Gloss Bomb in, I think this is Honey Waffles. Let me double check. It is in Honey Waffles. Also used Urban Decay Setting Spray. So yes, I'm going to zoom in one last time so you just can see this gorgeous shadow. I am in love with these shadows so far. They are so pretty. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the next look. Okay guys, so it's time for another look. This is the third look, I believe, and sorry if I'm a little bit low energy in this portion of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I'm just really super sleepy. Like really super sleepy, but I'm really trying to get this video out for you guys on schedule, so we're gonna film anyway, and I am excited. For today's portion of the video, we're gonna be trying out the Ultra Perl formula, I think, and this is the shade Bora Bora. That's the shade we're gonna be using today. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. I'm again starting with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. Oh, I gotta clip my hair back first. That's actually the real first thing that I do. Priming. For mattes, we're going to be using the Club Nebula palette from Kaleidos. The shimmers in here are stunning too, and I want to use them again, but of course I have a review on shimmers right now, so we're gonna just be using for the mattes. So I know the first look was kind of just light and blown out and airy, which isn't my normal style, but I really did enjoy it, and so the second look was more dramatic, so I'm thinking for this look, just for what I'm picturing, this look's gonna be more on the light side, maybe on the medium side, but probably not on the super dark side. That's just what I'm feeling for this particular day. So I'm gonna go into the shade 7 of 9, which is this teal shade here. And I'm honestly just taking this on a blending brush. This isn't the normal brush I go in with, but since I kind of want this look to be a little bit lighter, I'm just gonna go in with this brush. And it is still very pigmented, you can see. I have an entire review up on my channel of this eyeshadow palette if you're interested. I will try and remember to link that in the description below. But again, this video is not about the mattes. It is a lot later than I normally film, actually. The first 2 looks I did, I filmed in the morning on weekends, but on weekdays I don't really want to film in the morning because I have to do school. So it's evening. Now I'm just going into the shade Void, which is this like deep navy blue. And I'm just kind of putting that a little bit lower in my crease and the outer corner. And I forgot how pigmented the shade was, so I guess this look is going to be a little bit darker than I originally intended, but I'm not mad at that either. I still like dark eyeshadow. Now I'm just going back into a little bit of 7 of 9 to blend. And now it's just our lovely back and forth game until I get to a shadow look that I'm happy with. Okay, so I think I'm liking the way this is looking, and I think I'm ready to add our shadow. Now, I am wondering, do I want to try this with a glitter primer or not? Because it's really pretty. Let's try it without a glitter primer. Again, I normally use glitter primers for a lot of my shadows, but for review's sake, I like to see how they perform without a glitter primer. That's super pretty. That's like a lot more duochrome-y than I thought it would be. Let me bring you guys a little bit closer. It's a lot more like goldy greeny than I thought it would be. It's definitely not quite as sparkly as the other 2 shadows we've tried. It's, looking up close, it's really pretty. It's still really shiny, but this isn't like as bam in your face as the others. It's still a really pretty shadow and I will use it. It's just not quite as impactful as some of the other shades I've tried so far. But if you're just like a standard shimmer lover or even like a slightly sparkly shimmer lover, you'll really like these. And I still, so far from my first impressions, I am liking this. It is still super sparkly, it's super shiny, but it's just not like the other 2 shades were. So I'm just putting this all over my lid, kind of up into my crease a little bit. Yeah, so this look ended up being more medium toned. And it's still really pretty. From the way this is looking right now, I would still recommend these if they wear like the other ones do, which I can't do a wearing test because this is nighttime and I'm not staying up late. But the other shadows have worn well so far, so I expect this one will too. Just cleaning up the little bit of fallout. There was definitely not as much fallout as the Holo shadows. So if you're someone that's worried about fallout and does not like to use glitter primer, then this could be really good for you. Okay, up close, like looking up, this is still really stunning. I do really like this shade. It's still very sparkly. It's just not as sparkly as the other shades. And that's probably obvious. It's less flaky, it's less chunky, less textured. So don't think I'm gonna add liner for this look just because I don't feel like it. I will see you back in just a little bit with the rest of my makeup complete. Okay, so I am back. My makeup is complete. I'm just gonna give a quick rundown of the products that I used so I don't forget. For primer, I used the e.l.f. Matte Poreless Putty Primer. For foundation, I used the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Foundation. For concealer, I used the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Don't support this brand, but look how close I am to finishing it. I took out the stopper and everything and I'm almost done. So excited. I used the Urban Decay Velvetizer. Oh, but before I used powder, I used the Milk Makeup, what is this called? Matte, their cream bronzer. I have a little mini of their cream bronzer and I'm not a cream person. I'm really trying to convince myself, but it's just so much easier to use powder. And even when I use cream, I always find that it fades so quickly and I always have to put a powder on top of it. Like I use the Flower Beauty Blush Balm, which is arguably really pretty, but by the time I set it with powder, because it's just too glowy upon application, it fades. So I put on the Colourpop Floating Lights Blush, which is pretty much the same color as the one I have in the Blush Balm. For highlight, I use the Odin's Eye Norns Highlight in Web of Destiny. This is what it looks like on the inside. Kat Von D Shade and Light. Sorry, these products are going out of order. Then the same for mascara, brows. Oh, and for my inner corner highlight, this is just a shade from the Club Nebula palette. And then for lips, I used the Colourpop Little Snow lipstick from their Frozen 2 collection. This is a really pretty shade. I love it. And on top, the gloss, which is pretty much the same color as from Glam Light. It's their Pecan Pie Gloss. So yeah, I'm gonna zoom you guys in to give you one final look at this look, and then I will see you for the fourth one. Okay, you all, so it is time for the last look. I'm super excited to do this. I've brought over some makeup that we're just gonna play with. And, you know, this is the last look. And this is a new formula. I haven't tried this formula yet, but, you know, I've had great experiences with all the other formulas I've tried, so I'm just excited to just relax and just do this last look. I do want to say I'm sorry if I'm a little bit lower energy in this video or just seem sad in this portion of the video, and that is because I've had a really rough day. I will explain a little bit more about it. There's a lot of conflict in the rescue community in Kentucky right now because a well-known rescue was recently shut down for basically being hoarders. The owner of the rescue had over 300 animals in her house, and it's a really difficult topic for me to talk about. I'm not sure if I want to address it in a video manner, in its own video, or in its own like Instagram, IGTV, but just know it's been upsetting me a lot, and I do not stand with the rescue that was raided. I know a lot of rescuers that I trusted and liked are standing with her, and that, in my opinion, is wrong. And so that's not what this video is about. I don't want to talk about it too long, but I want to do makeup because it makes me feel better. So this is the shade Laser. This is one of their Turbo Glows, and I'm so super excited to play with this. It looks to be like a purple to a green. It looks so stunning. So I'm very excited to play with this shadow. So let's go ahead and just do that. I'm gonna zoom in, I'm gonna clip my hair back, and then let's play with some makeup. Okay, so I'm just gonna be priming with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, just like I have been for all of these other looks. This is just my preferred primer for reviews. Okay, for the mattes, I brought over two different palettes. I brought over the Star Wars, the Child palette, or the Colourpop, the Child palette, in collaboration with Star Wars. And then I brought over the Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream palette. Since this is like a really shifty shade, I didn't know kind of what mattes to pair with it. I was kind of at a loss for a bit, but I think I'm gonna do a little bit of this minty shade and then kind of deepen it up with some of the berries from the Strawberry Dream palette. Like there's this really deep berry here. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm first going to go into the Child palette and go into Baby Face, which is this minty shade right here. And I'm just going to kind of dust that through my crease. I just accidentally put a damp brush in there into the eyeshadow, so if it doesn't perform as well as usual, that would be why. I found a different brush, and that's what we're using. But it still seems to be working pretty well. I just realized I put my mic on my camera but forgot to plug it in, so sorry that audio quality was not very good. I just plugged it in. Fortunately, it wasn't for that long. I think I'm just going to do a little bit of deepening up with Float Your Crib right here, just a little bit lower in the crease, not quite the outer corner, and just deepen that up. I got it a little bit higher than intended right away, but it's gonna be okay. So basically, I know a lot of YouTubers film even when they don't want to and get posts up even though they like don't want to do it, and that is never going to be me. I know I'm going to get burned out if I, you know, am busy. If I post and film when I don't feel like it. And I know I'm kind of down in this video. I know I'm kind of upset, but I definitely want to try and distract myself by filming, and that's why I'm doing it right now, basically. So I definitely am happy to film right now. That's my choice. It's what I want to do, just to distract myself a little bit. But let me know if you guys are interested in basically hearing more about the rescue and the conflict that is going on. It definitely is showing me that a lot of my friends, or not friends, but acquaintances in the animal rescue world are not the best people, or have good hearts but just aren't doing what is right, and that is sad. Anyway, that's the last I'm going to be talking about that. Now I'm going into this deep berry shade Strawberry Moon and just putting that in my outer corner. Whoa, that's a lot brighter than I thought it would be. And I just got it everywhere. Oopsie. Hope this pink can blend well with this green, because they don't always blend well together. Now I'm just turning this brush around because it's double-sided and blending. Okay, it doesn't look amazing, but it's not looking too awful. Now I'm just going to use also just this brush again and go into the really dark brown called Storm Cloud in the bottom right hand corner of this palette and just see if I can deepen up a bit. It's not really working to deepen up, so that's okay. I'll just go back into Strawberry Moon then and just kind of use that. So I think now it is time to go into Laser. I'll clean up all this in a little bit. I think I am going to use glitter glue for this look just because I feel like it. So I'm going to use a brush and some NYX glitter primer and just apply that and do like a cut creasy kind of moment. So now we're going to go into Laser. Ooh, this shade is stunning. This is gorgeous. I'm in love. That's one shadow on my lids. It's so shifty. This is just so gorgeous. Alright, so I just cleaned that area up and now I'm just gonna go and do the rest of my base makeup and then I'll be back for my review, I guess. Okay, so I am back. I've got my makeup complete. I feel super great in this look, super great in this eyeshadow. My face looks really pale for some reason. Like, obviously I am pale, but why does it look so pale today? On camera, who knows? But I'm gonna do a quick close-up of this eye look and then I will go ahead and share my review. I honestly have nothing negative to say about these shadows. I have used not all the ones that I bought, but I've used one of every formula that I bought. So I haven't used Zorza, and the only holo I've used is this fancy holo right here. But I absolutely love these. They are a little bit flaky, they are a little bit chunky, they do give a little bit of fallout if you don't use the glitter glue, but that does not bother me at all. The only gripe I have is that it's $25 shipping to US, but that's not the Glam Shop's fault. You know, they're based where the owners are, they're based in Poland. I'm sure their international shipping costs are as low as they can be, so I'm not mad at that. I'm just like, I wish it was a little bit different, but it's not their fault. So I can't be completely mad about that. The only gripe I have about the brand in general is that their like face product range is abysmal. They have like 3 concealer shades and there's not a deep one. So that's like my main gripe with the brands, but their eyeshadows are stunning. You know, you saw how they performed on my eyes. They are beautiful. I am in love. I would definitely buy from the brand again if I had enough money to pay for the shipping, but there are other brands I want to try as of right now. But I am really enjoying my Glam Shop shadows so far and do recommend them to anyone that wishes to buy them. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe for more makeup and kitten related content. I upload on Sundays and Wednesdays if I can, and if I can't, then I upload whenever I want to. Also, please make sure to leave any thoughts or questions that you have down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching again, and goodbye!